Today on Warrior Update, we celebrate Black History Month, the winter main stage is approaching, and we preview the Super Bowl. It's Friday, February 11th. I'm Bryn Drews, and this is Warrior Update. Waubonsee Valley welcomed the class of 2026 on Wednesday night. Warrior Update has more.
Waubonsee Valley held its annual 8th grade open house on Wednesday night. After going virtual last year, the event returned in person. Incoming freshmen from Skolin, Still, and Fisher Middle Schools had the opportunity to meet teachers, guidance counselors, and administration. Teachers and department chairs were also available to talk about core and elective classes that help students with their course selection process for the 2022-23 school year, which will begin in the second half of August. For more information on course selection, visit wvhs.ipsd.org. For Warrior Update, I'm Ryan Calkins.
This Black History Month, Warrior Update honors and recognizes the media moguls of past and present. Leah Tubbs reports.
Alice Allison Dunnigan was a journalist and the first Black woman accredited as a White House correspondent, as well as the first Black female member of the Senate and House of Representatives press galleries. Born on April 27, 1906 in Russellville, Kentucky, Alice Dunnigan pursued writing from a young age. She began attending school once a week at age 4 and learned to read before starting first grade. She started writing one-sentence news items for the local Owensboro Enterprise newspaper at age 13 and completed the 10 years of education that were available to Black people in the segregated Russellville school system. While working as a teacher, she realized that her students were unaware of the historical contributions that African Americans had made in the state of Kentucky. So she began gathering supplemental information to educate them. Though they were collected as a manuscript in 1939, these sheets would be published much later in 1982 as The Fascinating Story of Black Kentuckians, Their Heritage and Tradition. In 1936, she worked as a freelance writer for the Chicago, Illinois branch of the Associated Negro Press while taking night courses at Howard University. Dunnigan became the first African American to gain a congressional press pass when working full-time for the A&P, which allowed her to cover news events of the Congress. This opportunity is significant because this position was limited to most reporters, the public, and especially women and African Americans. In her years of covering the White House, she asked questions regarding the civil rights movement and the struggles of Black America. She used her voice to challenge and advocate for the issues facing her community. Dunnigan's status did not allow her to escape racism. When President Truman took a 15-day train trip to the West Coast in 1948, Dunnigan was the first Black female journalist to travel on a presidential journey. She remained courageous and kind, even as police at some stops on the tour questioned her presence. In 1960, Dunnigan left the A&P and worked on Lyndon B. Johnson's campaign for the Democratic nomination. She worked for Johnson when he served as vice president and later president in the Johnson administration. After retirement, she wrote her autobiography, A Black Woman's Experience from Schoolhouse to White House, which was published in 1974. She passed away on May 6, 1983 in Washington, D.C. For Warrior Update, I'm Leah Tubbs.
Super Bowl 56 is this weekend. Zach Hennigan gives us a preview of this game.
This Sunday, February 13th, the National Football League will crown its champion at Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. So let's quickly recap how each team got here. The NFC champion Rams defeated their division rivals, the Arizona Cardinals, in the wild card round, and then upset Tom Brady and the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the divisional round with a last-second field goal. The Rams then came from behind to defeat their division rivals, the San Francisco 49ers, 20-17 in the NFC Championship game. The AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals beat the Las Vegas Raiders in the wild card round and then upset the number 1 seed Tennessee Titans with a last-second field goal of their own in the divisional round. They then shocked the world by upsetting the two-time defending AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs 27-24 in an exciting AFC Championship overtime game. Super Bowl 56 will be at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on NBC. For Warrior Update, I'm Zach Hennigan.
The Winter Main Stage is this weekend. Nick Bollendorf takes us backstage.
Yeah, because like it's like something. It looks like something happens. That's gonna go and be like.
Oh, this is this. So you're gonna just go like this and then go like this in, right?
Okay.
Is that what you're doing for right now?
Those are like the Brandy Melville jackets.
It would.
I know,
They're so nice.
I really want one, but they're like $50. Like not worth
They're
it.
$40.
Yeah.
I love your costume so much.
Anyway.
I have a belt now.
Oh dang!
Are you willing to sell?
Oh! Sorry.
But that's what we're gonna do over the next couple days. Just start playing around with lighting, okay?
Other day, Bobby. And I got a job, that's all.
Oh my God, Lucy, you're Voldemort.
Yeah, something happens like that, just improv it.
I think you see that there, and then you go down.
Okay, so
Go bonanza, like a belly dancer. Meow, meow, meow.
You break your back over it by hand.
Maybe I'll speak to the wife again, Bobby.
Then you run the facts by her, and she'll see the light.
Do you need help? Yes, please. There he is, Mama. Does he make them Kenner toys too?
I'd imagine he'd have any toy you got in mind, kiddo.
He must watch TV, huh? At the moment, I think Elizabeth Willow is crippled. Please understand.
A familiar last name has been a big part of boys basketball this year. Warrior Update has more.
Junior basketball player Jackson Langendorf may look familiar to Warrior fans. His brother Carter played for Waubonsie Valley last season. At 6'6", Langendorf plays a combination of power forward and center. He's mobile and has a good shot for a big man. His brother Carter Langendorf played varsity for 2 years before graduating in 2021. Jackson still keeps in contact with Carter after games.
It's not always the best. It's usually just play better or you did well or things like that. But he's helped me a lot between, he's always joking with me and stuff, but little things and like technical things. I feel like I learned a lot, between him, because he plays a similar position that I do, and Ben, and like even Isaiah, Audrey, like just all of them, and it made it a lot easier for me to adjust.
Jackson's sophomore season was shortened due to COVID, which has made the jump to varsity even more challenging.
It's been big, especially with our sophomore season being like shortened. So I just like jumped straight into varsity, and it's a lot different. Like Coach always talks about the mental difference, and I think that is a big part. Like physically, it's not actually that much different. It's just mentally the preparation. It's an entirely different game.
Despite a .500 season this year, Jackson is looking forward to the 2022 postseason as well as his senior season next year.
Honestly, probably how good we're going to be. I think with how young we are this year, and I think we've maybe even underachieved a little bit this year. I think we've lost some games we should have won. I think next year we'll be pretty good because we are so young. Next year we'll be a lot more experienced.
For Warrior Update, I'm Cullen Watkins.
That's all for Warrior Update. I'm Bryn Drews. Thanks for watching. Waubonsie Valley welcomed the class of 2026 this Wednesday night, right? Winter's main stage is this weekend. Nick Bollendorf takes us backstage. A familiar last name has been a big part of Waubonsie Valley's The winter main stage is approaching, and we play football. The winter main stage is approaching, and we preview the we celebrate? We preview.